one last current event, which I just want to put on our radar, is the DOJ versus Google. It's a huge antitrust lawsuit that is beginning. The funny thing, so the actual case, like the court trial, began earlier this week. This case was initially brought in the last few weeks of the Trump administration by Trump's DOJ. And we were just talking about the potential alliance between Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders, right? This is an example of where Trump's populism potentially having areas of overlap with liberal populism, with progressive populism, right? Like part of his platform in being like, let's go after the big guys, it actually had a little bit of a payoff here. So the DOJ is alleging that Google has used unfair practices to cement the dominance of its search engine. The best example of this is excluding competitors by striking a deal with Apple to be the default search engine on Safari on iPhones.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Google actually pays Apple about $18 billion per year for that positioning.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's going to be the court case that we're looking at. I don't want to spend too much time on this because the trial hasn't happened yet, and I think there's going to be a lot more to discuss once the results are out. But this is just to put it on everyone's radar. One quote that I have here, which I'm really hopeful about, one of the prosecutors said, "I do think it is the beginning of the new era in policy. It's the beginning of hands-off of the tech sector, or it's the end of hands-off of the tech sector. It's probably the beginning of a decade of a series of lawsuits against companies like Google."
Hell yeah. Give them hell.
So the prosecutors have said that really any option for punishment is on the table, including potentially breaking up Google's business to make its search business different from its Android business, different from its advertising business, and so on, which is really exciting.
That is really exciting. Talk about breaking up market power, man. That is exactly what we want to see.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
We'll see these courts historically, like this DOJ and FTC and SEC of the Biden administration, they have been going after a lot of these anti-competitive mergers. They haven't had a ton of success, though they have had some. So it'll just be interesting to see. It'll be a good benchmark. Where are the courts on antitrust law, right?
Yeah.
What kind of legislation might we need to enable changing or to enable dismantling these bloated monopolies and getting in the way of mergers? So we'll see.
We'll see.